Well, well, well. Wow, this screen looks crazy as hell right now, huh? I need to fix that. Uh, Here, let me fix this chroma key real quick because I don't I don't think I like that. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so well. Russia is assisting the Iranians with targeting intel. Are y'all surprised? I'm not. It seems that Donald Trump's old buddy, Mr. Putin, is helping the Iranians target our shit. And can't be mad at him. I mean, Russia and Iran are allies. So, hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, yeah, Kristi Noem is out. That's a great thing. That is a very great thing. Pam Bondi needs to go next. And obviously Donald Trump and the rest of his cabinet needs to go. But all right, it's getting scary in the Middle East. 101st Airborne Division is being readied for deployment. Even though Trump, hasn't announced any insertion of boots on the ground yet in Iran, but here's the facts about this Iranian thing. Trump says he won't accept anything other than unconditional surrender from Iran. You're not going to achieve that with air power. Regime change is not going to be achieved with air power. You can't just go in and drop a few precision bombs and think that that's going to convince the government to give everything up, and do everything the way that you want. If you want to have true regime change, you got to put boots on the ground. And this ain't Iraq, y'all. This ain't Iraq. Iran is twice the size of Iraq with 3 times the population. And Iran has a pretty powerful ground force. That's just the facts, y'all. We don't need to be in a ground war in Iran. In fact, let's look at the history. We went into Iraq on a lie. The lie was weapons of mass destruction, which didn't exist. Took us over 20 years to end that war. But we still have boots on the ground in Iraq, too. We still have troops in Iraq. So we're still not out of it. Afghanistan, in response to 9/11, over 20 years it took us to get out of there. It was brutal. Let's go as far back as Vietnam. Vietnam, we had major boots on the ground. Air power was just dominating the North Vietnamese. And we still got our asses handed to us in Vietnam. We got ran out of Vietnam. You'll hear the stories, the United States won every major battle of Vietnam. Yeah, but we lost the war. We lost the war. They kicked us the fuck out of there. Just like the French before that. And I say that to say this. We're not going to win this in Iran. We're not going to win it. We can't win it. Not with this president, not with this administration. We definitely can't win it. One, because there was no plan going into it. There was none. That's just the way it is. We're just fucked up all around on this one. Donald Trump has gotten us into something that's going to destroy the U.S. economy, just like just like the previous Middle East confrontations. It's going to destroy it's already affecting the economy in the worst way. Just comes out, the job reports just came out too, that for the month of February, we lost 92,000 jobs. Now, granted, that wasn't, because of the current conflict that we're involved in, but it is because of the current administration that is running the country and supposedly trying to fix the economy. People, we're in trouble for real. And I have zero confidence in the administration to see us through this conflict safely. We're not safe in America, y'all. But it's interesting that Vladimir Putin is giving targeting intelligence to the Iranians. I'm not surprised because Iran and Russia are allies. It's always been reported that they're not, they don't have security agreements between them, but it doesn't matter. They're allies. And Russia wants to have the freedom to continue to prosecute its war in Ukraine, but it also wants to be the leading world power. It wants to have a major footprint in the Middle East. And the only way that they can do that is to maintain alliances with the Middle Eastern powers. And Iran is one of the Middle Eastern powers. As I said, they have a significant ground force. Doesn't matter how much of their navy we've decimated. It doesn't matter that we dominate the skies over Iran. The only way we're going to take Iran is to put boots on the ground. And we don't have the manpower nor the resources to do that. We just don't. Doesn't matter how great our technology is and how good our military is. Trust, I have no doubt that we have the absolute best military force on the planet. But that doesn't mean we can beat everybody, because we're not geared to for the type of combat that's going to be required to take a place like Iran. History should have taught us the lessons about fighting in countries such as Iran. A lot of people look back at Kuwait, and when we expelled the Iraqis from Kuwait, that was a spectacular victory. It was, but it should have ended there. But nope. George Bush wanted to go into Iraq, and because they threatened his daddy, and he was going to make Saddam Hussein pay. But we ended up paying the cost of a war that was totally unnecessary. And now we're in another war that's totally unnecessary. And what's crazy is the fact that now they're trying to say, oh, we're not at war. And then there are a lot of people in this country that don't even realize that we are dropping bombs on another country. I was shocked to talk to people out and about who claim to have no idea that Donald Trump ordered strikes on Iran alongside Israel. We'll talk about that on another show, another stream. But here we are. Donald Trump leading us down the road to damnation. And I feel sorry for all of y'all MAGA maniacs that support this bullshit. That supports this bullshit. I saw someone posted yesterday that Donald Trump is doing something, past president should have done years ago. No. Let me tell you something. Warfare should always be the very last resort. When all other measures have failed, and then diplomacy should be thought about again before we commit troops and commit forces to warfare. Here's the sad part. It's people like you and me that are going to pay the biggest price, but because it's the people like you and me that have to pick up the rifles and go across the water and die for somebody else's ego. None of Donald Trump's people are going to serve any time. None of Donald Trump's people are going to shed any blood. So, where's Barron? Barron's 6'7", 20-year-old ass needs to be in uniform right now, and he needs to be preparing to deploy. In my opinion, his ass needs to be getting ready to ship out. But of course, we're never going to see that. Because just like his daddy, he's probably a coward. And if he were asked to serve, he would probably find a way to develop some bone spurs, just like his daddy, or some other ailment that would keep him from answering the call to duty. The whole Trump family is a bunch of cowards. A bunch of elite cowards who don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about your children, your grandchildren. They don't give a damn about your futures, your way of living. They don't give a damn about anything in regards to you. All they care about is lining their pockets with more wealth and gaining more power. That's all they care about. We have a 34-time convicted felon, an adjudicated sexual deviant, and a 5-time draft-dodging coward ordering our sons and daughters to go fight and die for his egomaniacal bullshit. And I'm saying this, I want to say this to the Iranian people. I have no beef, no qualms with you whatsoever. And I understand that your government, since 1979 has been brutal and has created a horrible environment in which to live in. But it's up to you to take your country. It's up to you to fight and die for your country. I hate to say it like that, but it's up to you. No matter what we do, nothing's going to change until you, the people in Iran, take up arms, and get rid of all of the motherfuckers within your government that is making your lives over there unlivable. Because right now, the only thing that's happening is that we're creating more hatred for America by being involved in a dispute that should be amongst you. Hope I said that right. Now, I'm not saying that you don't need help. Of course, if you guys need help, I have no problem with supplying assistance in helping you to gain your freedom and your liberty. But we shouldn't be at the front lines fighting and dying for your freedom and liberty. We got enough problems of our own here in the United States, here in America. We're losing our freedom and liberty because we got a fucking criminal leading this country. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? And what's really going on is the fact that this wannabe king, this wannabe dictator that we have, wants to be your king and wants to be your dictator, and you don't need that. So if I were y'all, I would reject anything coming from America. And y'all need to figure out how to take your country back. And then tell America to kiss your fucking asses. Live your lives. Be prosperous. You don't need American influence. That's the last thing you need is American imperialism to try to go in and steal your culture and change your way of life. But if you guys want freedom and liberty in Iran, it's going to be up to the Iranian people. I 100% reject this war because it's going to turn into a war of attrition. And if somebody doesn't stop Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and MAGA Mike and the rest of this Republican Party, a lot of American blood is going to be spilled unnecessarily. A lot of families are going to be broken. And I'm speaking to you as a veteran who has served this country. I've seen the spoils of war. I've seen what happens. Warfare is never good. As I said before, it should always be a last resort. But we don't need to be fighting in Iran at all whatsoever. They were not an imminent threat to us. Personally, they may have been an imminent threat to Israel, and in my opinion, fuck them because the Israeli government brought it on themselves. They are probably one of the most oppressive governments in the Middle East. It's not to say anything bad about the Jewish people, but your government, Israel, is fucked up. And your government is the cause of many of your problems. I was reading an article the other day when they were talking about, well, Israel is the land that was promised to the children of Abraham. All of you motherfuckers over there are the children of Abraham. Arabs and Jews alike. So y'all got to figure out how to get the fuck along. What is the problem? The problem is that Israel has a bunch of Zionist radicals, they are, who want to control everything. They're evil. Just like what we got here in the United States now. We have evil imperialists in the White House. And they are going to lead the entire free world into damnation unless we all band together, we the people, and do something about it. So hear my words, y'all, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm out. Peace.